So I'm delighted to be joined by one of racing's great characters, John Shark Hanlon. I'm going to jump straight into the questions if that's okay with you, Shark.
No problem whatsoever. I'm sorry you're not with you tonight, but there's nothing we can do about it. I have another engagement.
And I'd imagine all systems are go now for Hewick and his prep for the Cheltenham Gold Cup. How did he come out of the King George, and has he been working well?
He came out at King George brilliant, so he did. Couldn't believe it after 2 days there. He was as fresh as could be. And I thought that he got a tough race, but just I think all the horses went so fast in the King George that they played into his barrow and he came home. Came home fresh, and he's after doing a couple bits of work. He was in Naas, done a bit of work in Naas the other day, worked very well. And I had him in Burris yesterday, and he done another bit. So listen, one or two more bits of work gets him ready, and please God, I think he improved since last year. So hopefully, I'm hoping he did anyway. But and I'm hoping the weather will start drying up a small bit because this weather will break your heart at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the next question. I mean, the ground probably wasn't perfect for him at Cheltenham last year, but he was still in with a big chance of placing, coming down to that famous second last. What are his ideal conditions, and if he gets them, what do you think is his chance this year?
His ideal condition is good ground. And I was between minds last year whether I run him or not on it, but he was still running the cracker. He came down the hill. I wouldn't have swapped him with any other horse. And Jordan Gainford was very sick of him when he came back in. He said to me, Shark, he says, he comes off the bridle in every race. And then he comes back on. He said he was after coming off the bridle, but he came back on it. So you never know what would have happened. I think he would have been in the first three if he had to stand up, and it's been a great result on the ground that wouldn't be fully right for him. So I think the only chance we have beaten Willie's horse is if we can get proper good ground.
And if the weather gods are smiling on us, he's 14-1 with Boyle Sports at the moment. I think everyone in the audience would like a nice price winner on Gold Cup Day. Do you think Hewick is the horse they should be backing?
I do, yeah. I think that he's a great price. Like he's in double figures there, and if Paul Nichols or Willie or Gordon had him after he win the King George, he'd probably be 8-1. But I think on the day he won't be any more than 8-1.
And you mentioned Willie there. I mean, you're not too far away from Closutton. Have you heard any whispers on how any of their runners are going to fare? Hopefully you're not hearing Gallopin Deschamps is working the house down anyway.
Listen, I have my little spy over there, so I'm on top of the ditch watching everything. Listen, Willie is very happy with all the horses. He said they're all coming on nicely. So Willie wouldn't let much out. There don't be much of the out of that yard, you know. I heard nothing about any really, only that they're all coming on nicely.
And away from your own yard, Shark, do you think there's a good thing lurking at Cheltenham, and who do you think it could be?
I think last amount is certainly for the mayors. I'm sure. I'd say that English are going to struggle. If they had two or three winners over the week, I think that's as much they're going to have in the English camp. But the Irish camp, like you have Henry with a couple of good horses. You have Willie then with the team. Like Willie could have 10 winners. You know himself.
I think I speak for everyone at Boyles and everyone in the audience when we wish yourself and Hewick all the very best at Cheltenham. And let's hope for another chapter in his fairy tale story. Thanks a million.
Thanks very much. And I'm sorry I'm not with you tonight because it's just worked out. When you said it to me, I had something else on the sports awards in Carlow, and I got invited in. So maybe we'll get one.
No worries. I think you've given us plenty of ammunition for a winner anyway. So thanks a million.